Donald Trump is a phony, a fraud. His promises are as worthless as a degree from Trump University.
He was begging for my endorsement. I could have said, Mitt, drop to your knees. He would have dropped to his knees. He was begging.
There's plenty of evidence that Mr. Trump is a con man, a fake. Mr. Trump has changed his positions not just over the years, but over the course of the campaign.
Mitt is a failed candidate. He failed. He failed horribly.
The next 4 years are going to be great. Former Governor Mitt Romney and President-elect Donald Trump, they had no problem playing hardball earlier this year, right, with friends like that. But Romney seems to have a softer tone on his once sworn enemy, saying this just before he joined the president-elect for dinner last night.
He continues with a message of inclusion and bringing people together. And his vision is something which obviously connected with the American people in a very powerful way. I have to tell you, I've been impressed by what I've seen in the transition effort. The people he selected as members of his cabinet are solid, effective, capable people.
So President-elect Trump appointing other former critics to key positions, including South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and Reince Priebus. So it begs the question, is the president-elect keeping his friends close but his enemies closer? Here with some insight on this strategy, psychiatrist and Fox News contributor Dr. Keith Ablow. I mean, what is the president-elect up to?
Well, listen, I think what he's up to is a kind of truth. He isn't personally thin-skinned. Some people may think that, but I think he's really talking about a kind of competition psychology, very practical, where you may have been on a very different team. He doesn't take it personally. He doesn't take it personally that you trash-talked him. The bottom line is now we've got a job to do. I won. Do you want to join my team? Now you got to respect the coach. That would be me, so
right.
You can't cross me now. But it's forgiven in a certain way.
So I commented that the next 4 years are going to be terrific, and what I was alluding to is the fact that Donald Trump, whether you like that analogy he uses or not, he just truly speaks in a way politicians don't, and as a reporter, when I'm interviewing people, I want to hit them over the head with the microphone when I'm talking to a politician and I'm getting the talking points, and I've actually said, can you please speak in English to me? So when Donald Trump says that kind of stuff, is there a psychological aspect that he's using when he's talking to other people?
I think that to listen to Donald Trump and say this is absolutely a concrete fact that represents his unalterable position would be wrong, because at every moment he knows he's being listened to. And so he's thinking, I'm entering a deal-making moment here, whether it's with the wall, or it's with taxes, or it's with a $1 trillion bill that will get people moving again and build infrastructure. It may not be his last stand. It may not be what he would settle for, but he knows he can't go in without a very dramatic position. That's the way he is. I think he's kind of right about it, because people forget pretty easily that you moved a little bit. You
know, there are armchair psychologists and psychiatrists, and everybody likes to throw around, he's a narcissist, you know, those kinds of things. When you look at Donald Trump, when you look at the president-elect, psychologically, do you make an assessment about what's going on there?
Well, you know, everyone talks narcissism down, but the great artists, the great politicians, the great generals, guess what? They had a healthy ego. The last thing in the world I think somebody would do in this Trump administration is show up without their A game. Yeah. You know why?
But an ego is not narcissism. I mean, let's be clear.
Well, I think what I'm saying here is that a very healthy ego is certainly that man's possession, in his possession. And he wants to leave a legacy as one of the greatest presidents. He said from the beginning, he said, okay, look, I've got the nomination now, but it all means nothing if I don't win. Now he said, I won, but it means nothing if we don't outperform. He means it. 1,000%.
All right. Dr. Ablow, thank you very much for joining us.
All right, my friend.